Well, what's interesting is that a lot of these guys didn't make a very big adjustment on that first stop. We just saw a half a turn or so. Usually that means the cars, they're pretty happy with the car, but if they turn the wing...
And with all the rain out there, now the cars are different. The track is getting some more rubber on it, so conditions are changing. And teams, as you said, Tom, have to adapt to these conditions. But the driver, in the meantime, has to keep the thing off the fence. And Jeff Ward is closing in big time on Eddie right now.
And as you know, Ari, it's if you're going to have the balance off, you'd rather have a little understeer than have the back end be loose on you.
Oh, yep.
See what Jeff Ward can do, if anything, with Cheever up ahead. They approach the end of the long backstretch and begin the turn down into turn number 3. Ward gains a few feet, but is not in position to try to take the position right now. Maybe he will as they come off the 4th corner and down the main straightaway.
In fact, Jeff Ward was pushing a little bit coming off 4 and had to get out of the throttle a little bit and lost his speed coming onto the straight and couldn't make the pass on Eddie.
Well, it's so tough. You've got to time that. You got to time your momentum just right. If you get too close to him on the exit of the corner, you'll lose the nose just as you get to the wall. You got to roll out of the throttle and lose that momentum.
And you got to roll out of the throttle real gently, otherwise the back end will snap around you because you have your steering turned to the left so much. And now Buddy Lazier.
Look at this run. Look at the run he's got.
And he passes Andy Hillenberg and also passes Jeff Ward, and so move Buddy Lazier up to the 5th position, taking 5th from Jeff Ward.
And Jeff Ward was held up by Andy Hillenberg on that occasion there, and that's what gave Buddy Lazier the chance to run up in his draft and pass him.
Well,
and Robbie Gordon is in the pits.
Robbie Gordon in the pits. They will make not a single adjustment on the car. Robbie says the car is, I quote, perfect. They are very concerned about having pitted early, though. They have him running in 6th gear to save fuel. They get it completely full of fuel. Gordon now gets it in gear and is away.
Freeze on fuel. Use your clutch. Freeze on fuel and use your clutch.
Robbie Gordon.
Don't know what he means by use your clutch. He might have a clutch problem.
Gordon almost won the race last year, running out of fuel late. He finished in 4th position and has had a couple of other 5th place finishes here at Indy in 94 and in 95. So he makes his 2nd pit stop at the conclusion of lap number 55. And Montoya now has a 21-second lead on Eliseo Salazar, and Eddie Cheever 24 seconds behind. More in a moment from Indianapolis.
The 84th Indianapolis 500 on ABC Sports, brought to you by Oldsmobile and your local Oldsmobile dealers. Centrum Performance, with more key nutrients to help energize your mind and body. The new Midas, we're a whole new way to keep a good thing going. Go Midas. And FedEx. FedEx, be absolutely sure.
Pit stops being made here at Indianapolis. Eddie Cheever is in, and just ahead of him is Greg Ray. The work on Cheever's car just about finished. Indeed, the car goes down from the jacks and he rolls away. Greg Ray remains on pit road for the moment. You see the sticker tires there on Eddie Cheever as he comes down pit lane. And Greg Ray has also completed his 2nd green flag pit stop and is rolling once again. Other cars in include Scott Goodyear and Davey Hamilton.
Bob, as far as Eddie Cheever was concerned, the car's still extremely loose in traffic. They took a front wing out, says he wants to just get it comfortable. He's out there just turning laps in 6th gear. Feels like the car is good enough, but it's not as comfortable as he would like it.
Well, hopefully this adjustment has made an improvement to the car for him, because at the rate this race is going, as we were talking about earlier.
Scott Sharp is in the pits. He gives up his 5th position to make his 2nd pit stop. Crew changing tires, filling it with fuel, waiting for the fuel to be topped off.
No wing adjustments on that car, so he might be happy with his car, although they might have made a tire pressure change or a stagger change. We don't know that.
And he's rolling. There is Juan Montoya, the leader of the race, and now he comes into the pit area for his pit stop.
Has to slow down to 80 miles an hour.
And remember, they're telling Montoya to slow down. He doesn't have the same sort of brakes that he has on his kart cars. It almost makes his mark. Nominal stop. Chip Ganassi continues to tell him that things are good, that he's having a
They said, we'll give it to you the next time. It was a 10.9 second stop.
Well, you could see him signal to the crew with his hand that he was having a vision problem. So either he's gotten rid of all of his tear-offs already, Bob, and he's got some oil on that shield.
And with his pit stop, he gives the lead to his teammate, Jimmy Vasser. And this is the second time that Vasser has led this afternoon.
And he took it off right after, as he was coming in the pit for his first pit stop here, and he took one off, which is pretty quick because he wasn't really driving behind a lot of other cars. So there must have been some oil coming from Greg Ray, who was ahead of him at the time, and that was about the only car ahead of him, right?
Yeah, early, but you know how it is early in the race. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay, you
all
got
the
the pylon. You got George is waving at you. Ricky's waving at you. You got to come around Dinsmore stuff.
That's Tom Anderson. He's vectoring Vasser onto pit road. Vasser hits the marks, the crew goes to work.
No problem with the time, Brett.
Let's keep an eye on if it make a change on the front wing. There they go. They make a change. On the left front wing only.
At this point in the race, Ari, that's pretty normal for guys to make minor adjustments the way they did with Vasser's car.
On board here with Buddy Lazier, who is in 8th position at the moment.
Passing Robbie Buell.
Well, Buddy's actually been the fastest car through turn 4 all day, Bob. We've got, you know, some of these computers in the booth here, and Buddy Lazier in turn 4 is the fastest car.
And here we see Greg Ray getting a run on Salazar, who was held up by Robbie Buell, who just headed into the pits. And there goes Greg Ray.
Oh, and Greg Ray has a broken suspension. Impossible at this moment to tell what happened, but obviously the race is going to be over for Greg Ray.
Well, I don't know if he might have white-walled. The car might have pushed and just grazed the right front into the wall, because normally without any kind of contact, you know, those things just don't break.
Caution is out for the first time this afternoon. Comes on lap number 67.
Yeah, he did hit the wall for sure, because there's also a, I mean, we know he hit something, but his right rear tire.
Look at Al. Look at the smoke.
And Allenser Jr. is smoking. He lost a lap just before his pit stop, shown now in 12th position, a lap down, and he too may be in a terminal situation.
He's got radiators, so it caught him out of the side pod, Bob, so the radiators let go. It might be in a heating problem.
Yeah, I can big water going everywhere, and I'm water temps going up.
Well, two contenders apparently eliminated here.
Put the fuel and tires, and then we're going to pull the left body and see what's going on.
Greg Ray has made it to his pit box.
That's it.
And let's see if we can tell what happened out there as Allenser Jr. tries to find pit road. Here it is.
Well, again, he just got out of the groove. He just pushed. He got it up in the gray stuff and knocked the right front off of it, Ari.
Boy.
Last year it was the left front when he had a collision on pit road. This year it is the right front that has done in Greg Ray. And the defending Indy Racing Northern Light Series is apparently out, Jack.
Yeah, indeed he is. It's going to take an awful lot to get him back repaired. I think what they might do, though, because points are so precious in the Indy Racing Series this year, they may take him to the garage area and try to affect the changes. In fact, that's indeed what they're going to do. A new rule instituted several years ago allows you, NASCAR style, to go down there in a gasoline alley and make the change. Let's check in with Vince Welch for news on Allenser Jr.
Well, Allenser Jr. may be a bit of a victim of that Greg Ray incident as well, because Rick Gallus says that they believe they ran over some debris and possibly ruptured the oil tank. But either way, it's not a good sign for the Allenser Jr. team. There is heavy damage on the right side of the lower part of the side pod, and now they're going to take that part of the side pod off. You see them working on the right side. On the underneath panel, there is quite a bit of damage, so it looks like it's going to be a frustrating finish for Allenser Jr. Dr. Jerry Punch.
And a big break for Robbie McGee. McGee coming in just a moment ago. They were planning to make a pit stop just prior to the caution coming out. He was in turn 4. They decided to hold him out. They made a half a turn in a front wing adjustment. Bobby McGee catching a break there with a caution flag on lap 66. Bob?
With 9 cars on the lead lap, McGee is second, followed by Gordon, Buddy Lazier, and Eliseo Salazar. 67 laps completed under caution at the Indianapolis 500.